Yo, what's going on, guys? Frankietrades here, bringing you another weekly stock watch list. It's going to be a pretty exciting next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So we got tech earnings around the corner. But before we dive deep into that, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. 70 subscribers currently away from 1,000, almost there. So let's go ahead and kick it off this year with a good start. So going into this week's watch list, not too much going on as far as earnings. The only stocks that I'm really looking at is Netflix and Tesla. Of course, we got other stocks like Intel and Visa on Thursday after close. We have American Airlines, Southwest on before market open on Thursday, Logitech, United, all these other good flying companies, and some of the tech stocks are starting to come around the corner. So with Netflix and Tesla being around the corner here, as far as the watch list goes, Netflix isn't near any levels that I like, so you guys don't have to worry about Netflix being a problem here. The next up, of course, is Tesla. Tesla, it is a pretty flat stock for me at the moment, so I got nothing on that for this week either for you guys. So I'll be waiting to see how those earnings go and then see how I can treat it on Thursday and Friday after it does have its earnings report. So, but with that much more being said, we can go ahead and kick it off onto the watch list here. So, first things first is, you guys know I like to go over my indicators. ES and NQ, both, of course, are making all-time highs here, and with all-time highs being made. The only time frames you can really go on or really stick to is the lower time frames. So the 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute, all those lower time frames is all we can really chart with once we get to the all-time highs, because there really isn't anything else left to chart up here besides what it's doing currently. So with ES specifically, don't have any trend lines on this. Nope, don't have any trend lines. So the only areas that I'm looking at to play on ES to see if we get any good other sentimental plays along with the market is I'm looking at 48.74 and then 48.80 on that, room up to 4900, of course, with ES on that. So don't see any trend lines, so ES is pretty simple. NQ, same thing, just looking at the upside on this, looking at this 14,471 area and then room up to 17,500 for a breakout on there. Like I said, we still have room for the downside and upside. It just depends how we open up Monday morning or even this afternoon on Sunday, and see how the futures opens up and how we move into the Monday morning for tomorrow. So, but for the meantime, I'm just looking to the upside. If we happen to come down and gap down, I'll chart that out in the morning with the Stock Hours Discord chat, link in the description, and then we'll go about it from there. But the exciting part that everyone wants to look at, of course, is first is AVGO. Happened to catch this for I think around a 10 to 20% trade after I went on Wall Street on Friday, believe it or not, on Friday. And I ended up catching this in the car after Nor and I got done with the tour and meeting Einstein of Wall Street. Shout out to him for the tour and seeing this go crazy. So I was able to catch in the car after we got done eating and leaving the place and going back home. But ended up catching the 1200 break, which is pretty sick. But going forward here on AVGO, I am looking at the 1217 high, room up to 1220, depending on where this opens up at. It is a really nice stock to trade. The volatility on it is perfect. It just takes a little bit for the spread and volume to get right on the stock itself. But when I did play this on my phone in the car and ended up making 700, the volume is actually pretty good and liquidity is pretty nice on the contract, so that's why I happened to take it at the 1200 area. Of course, missed out on a lot on it for not holding, but you can only do so much while trading on your phone, and your plan being ruined in the morning because it ended up breaking out and you're on the exchange floor and you can't really take any trades while being there. So that being said, that is the setup I'm looking at for AVGO. Next up is Meta. Same story with all these other stocks that are making all-time highs. Meta, on the other hand, I'm only looking at 384.45, room at the 385. I broke the all-time high by 10 cents. I think the all-time high before this was 384.33, so around a 10 to 15 cent break. But I am looking at 385 as the main area to play on Meta. Nothing crazy there. Don't have any trend lines. So next up is Microsoft. Microsoft, that will put us on the 1 hour time frame. This has been making all-time highs. Currently having a bigger market cap than Apple, which is a big deal for these two stocks that have been competing against each other for a long time now. But I'm looking at the 399 high, room up to 400 on that. That should be a pretty nice break if this is strong with the market. If it's not strong with the market, I'm just looking to avoid this. So the only thing to really be paying attention to on this is this 1 hour trend line that it has been respecting 2 times now, and it has room up to 410 cents. So with 410 cents being a key level, There are two ways you can go about this. Either we're going to get a fat rejection at 400 if Microsoft is not strong that day and it doesn't want to break 400 just yet, or if we happen to break 400, I don't know if the trend line would be more than enough to be able to hold Microsoft back because of how big and how psychological that level is for Microsoft and how many institutions are going to be looking at it. So definitely recommend looking at that. But yeah, that is about it for Microsoft. And then last but not least is NVIDIA. I did have AMD on my watch list before I dive into NVIDIA, but it's at all-time highs as well, but the setup is a lot more choppy. Not really too interested on that. But with NVIDIA being the last setup that I have here with the weekly stock watch list, all I'm looking at for this, of course, has been making all-time highs as well. All I'm looking at is the high at 596.49 that it made after hours on Friday. After that, I room up to 597 and then 600 as its own trade. So I'm looking to take this as two separate trades. Don't want to be able to hold this 596 break all the way up to 600. If the momentum and volatility is there on NVIDIA, so let's say, for example, we break this level by $2 off the initial rip, that might be something worth looking at and maybe even holding the position. Of course, you can always shave off some of the position and, scale out if you want, but with my kind of trading style, I'm not a big fan of doing that. You guys see that in the live trading videos, so I'm not really a big fan of doing that. I like holding my full position until I sell to the very last cent of the move, which, usually isn't never, but I like catching as much of the move I can with my whole position. But yeah, that is about it for the weekly stock watches, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Looking like to be a pretty fire week, especially with tech earnings here now around the corner. But without much more being said, hope you guys enjoy that. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. And ring that bell notification too, so you guys get the latest updates on my videos and when they come out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy your week and play it safe. Peace out.